Harry, are you there?
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Everybody's accounted for. All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to open up tonight's meeting. I'm Marilyn McDonald, Chair of Bridgewater Conservation. I need to read the following in. Bridgewater Conservation Commission pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order superseding certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL-30A18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time. The meeting will be recorded when within 48 hours, a link will be posted of the recording on the town's website and or the town's social media. The following members of the Bridgewater Conservation Commission are participating remotely. Marilyn McDonald, Chair, Harry Bailey, Vice Chair, Eileen Prisco, Member. During this meeting, all votes of the board will be taken via roll call. The following Bridgewater Town staff will also be participating remotely. Steve Slobo, Conservation Agent, Jasmine Farinelli, Executive Assistant. At this time, everyone's mics is muted. The commission's mics will be unmuted through the whole meeting, and the items will appear on the agenda, and the project representatives' mics will be unmuted. If the project is a public hearing and allows for public comment, we ask that you use the chat feature to ask for your question by listing your name and address for your question. The chair or vice chair will recognize all comments, in this case also Jasmine. You can use the remote raise my hand feature and participate in the menu, and we will unmute you. Again, please state your name and address for the record before asking any questions. If you have a phone, you can dial #9 and raise your hand. For those of you who have never been to a public hearing, with Bridgewater Conservation, they proceed as the following. There is a 100-foot jurisdiction that the Conservation Commission has from the wetlands. What that means is Conservation Commission is governed by both the rules and regulations of state and local bylaws to ensure that there is minimal impact to the wetlands for any filing within the 100-foot, and to also ensure that the project meets the performance standards to ensure also minimal impact to wetlands. Applicant will present their filing. After that, the board and the agent have the opportunity to ask questions. We do then open it up to the public to ask questions. Everybody needs to state their name and address through the chair, all questions. I strongly and always will say, please respect everybody in these meetings. Everyone's concerns will be heard in all civil manners. Wetland questions, we ask that you keep to a minimum of 3 minutes. The vice chair keeps a record of that. We do please ask that you keep them to wetland questions only. This is what this board is. At this time, at the end, we'll either do two things. We'll either continue the meeting, and that's your notice for the next meeting, or we'll close it. If we close the meeting, that means there are no further comments, no further information, and the commission then has 21 days to render a decision. After they render a decision, there is 10 business days of an appeal period with Mass DEP before those order of conditions is valid. Given that, I am going to read in tonight's agenda, and we can get started. Old business. We did not have time on this to get this off, but at this time, the notice of intent, 13 Vernon Street, map 124, lots 2, 6, 12, 81 Silver Engineering. For anybody that is on the Zoom meeting now, this project has been withdrawn without prejudice. What that means at the time is there is no permitting will be done, no work activities, no communicating on this. It doesn't mean that this cannot be filed at a later time. This is now withdrawn. If you have any further questions on this, you can always feel free to contact Steve Sobo in the office for further up. We then have new business, request for determination of applicability, 20 Running River Road, map 24, lot 26. Conservation meeting business. At the business deemed appropriate by the commission, we have a notice of intent off Fruit Street, map 83, lot 84. Request for certificate of compliance, 23 Red Mill Road. Request for certificate of compliance, 5 Beverly Circle. East Street concerns in nip pruning that will be brought up. Given that, I am going to now open the meeting to new business. Request for determination of applicability, 20 Running River Road, map 24, lot 26. Jasmine, if you can read into the record, please.
Notice of public hearing, Conservation Commission, Bridgewater, Massachusetts. In accordance with the Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Town of Bridgewater Local Bylaw, the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing held as a virtual meeting over Zoom. A link and instructions to participate in this meeting will follow and be posted on the calendar on the town's website at www.bridgewaterma.org. A recording of the meeting will also be posted to the town's webpage within 48 hours after the meeting ends. The hearing will be on a request for determination of applicability filed by Harry Bussiere, The applicant proposes to fix backyard and requests determination from the commission whether the work depicted on the plan is subject to jurisdiction under the Wetlands Protection Act and Town of Bridgewater Wetland Bylaw. The property is owned by Harry Buciereth and located at 20 Running River Road, Bridgewater, MA, as shown on Assessor's Map 24, Parcel 26. Please contact the Bridgewater Conservation Department at 508-697-0950 for the hearing date and time.
Thank you, Jasmine. Okay, Harry, you are now open.
Here.
I know Harry has someone with him presenting, but I don't know their name. I've asked Harry to unmute.
I mean, I can present on behalf of them,
That's fine, Steve.
and if they're having technical difficulties, we can get to a point where they can confirm via phone call tomorrow. So basically what we have here is Mr. Buciereth has property that is located near the Taunton River. And is it the Taunton River? Harry would know. It goes under 104 over there.
Yeah.
But he's well outside the 200-foot buffer zone to the riverfront. And he is within 100 feet to bordering vegetated wetland. Now he's got an existing retaining wall that is on property that is slowly degrading and failing over time due to whatever the case may be. He wants to try to address it try to slow it down from falling over or falling in. There's an area in particular that is on top of the retaining wall that is now just bare soil. The soil is starting to run down over the retaining wall. This is the lot right here, so it is the Taunton River. So there's a piece of property that's probably around 120 square feet in the backyard that is now loose, unstable soil. Mr. Buciereth would like to plant that area, add some loam, solidify it, pack down the loam, and plant it with a natural grass seed and some plantings. Now, what's existing there and around the area is his backyard. And it goes to this retaining wall, it drops off, and then it undulates towards the Taunton River with a bunch of various bordering vegetated wetlands. So the work he's proposing is on existing structures. It is to solidify and hold up existing structures for the time being. It's not going to be an end-all be-all solution. We spoke about that on site. This may buy him who knows how much time, but eventually a more robust plan will have to be come up with. But at this time, I think it's appropriate. In addition to that unstable soil area, which is located on the eastern side of the site, on the western side of the site, he has a retaining wall that's actually in really good shape for the time, for as old as it is. And he would like to insert metal piles down along the outer edge of the retaining wall to give it some more support and essentially just buy it time. That's what this procedure is about. That's what this proposal is about. So therefore, I suggest a negative determination 3 so that we can condition the silt fence and any erosion control issues that may encroach further than what is currently built and there. But beyond that, I don't see any reason why some maintenance on a failing retaining wall isn't appropriate.
Okay, so it sounds like a maintenance. Any comments from the commissioners? Harry, I know you're usually out by the rivers. Anything on this filing?
Yes, I'd like to be working with Steve on this because it is the Taunton River and that's one of my concerns on my other job. So
Sure.
I don't have any problems with making it better, but we just got to protect the river. And by the looks of it, the wetlands along the side edge also connecting to the river. So we got to be careful and make sure that's well taken care of.
Yeah, and I think,
Other than that, we can work on it.
yeah, and Harry, if you want to come out on site after the siltation and erosion put in place,
Yeah, I do.
it's not encroaching any further. There's no structures being put in further closer to the wetlands.
Are we losing Steve or is it me?
Yeah, we
We're
lost him.
losing them.
Steve, we can't hear you.
He's gone.
Jasmine, any way to signify him? We can't hear him.
Speak, Steve. Nope.
Nope.
Message Jim in the chat, so I told him we can't hear him.
Okay, text him too. Houston, we have a problem.
I had the same problem tonight.
That's so bizarre.
It said hit Alt A though. Maybe he can try Alt A if he can hear us.
Hey, I'm the one with the old computer. Anybody running Windows 7?
Nope.
I am.
Oh,
There it is.
I don't know why it does that, but it does that from time to time.
Well,
Is he back?
He
Yeah.
is just quiet.
yeah, it's just not as loud. Hard to hear.
Okay. Steve, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
Now
Yeah.
I can, yeah. Ooh, I put the
Perfect.
volume up high. Wow, ow, ouch.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Technology is supposed to make life easier.
Uh-huh.
All it does is cause headaches.
Yep.
Anyways,
All right.
Carrie, I will let you know when I'm going to go on site to do the siltation and erosion control on that, so you can have some input, and we'll go from there.
Okay, that's good with me.
Okay, Eileen, any comments on this filing?
No, I just was wondering if there were any pictures or anything.
Now, I mean, if you look, so you can see the patio area to the left of the site. That's where the proposed steel or metal, the metal beams essentially are going to be driven in to protect the existing retaining wall. And then that lawn area with no hardscape down towards the drainage easement on the right side of the property, there's where those two little dots are, the rocks are.
Yep.
That's the area that's sort of loose soil.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it's the right thing to do.
I mean, you can see how far away, that's a good picture because you can see how far away from the river. it is.
Yeah, right.
But there are various wetlands strewn throughout there in
Yeah.
that wooded area, so.
Oh, yeah.
Being so close to the yard, we wouldn't want any injury, anybody near there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I will leave that in the trusting hands of you and Harry then. All right, anybody on the Zoom meeting that has a question on the filing for determination of 20 Running River Road, map 24, lot 26? I'll give Jasmine a moment to see if anybody's raising their hand.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Okay, then at this time, our chair would entertain a motion, please.
Motion for a negative determination for 20 Running River Road.
Negative determination 3.
Three, did you say?
Yeah, we're gonna start marking which type of negative determination they are.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I spoke about it at the last meeting, so just as long as we start getting you guys in the habit of getting it on record, that way I can
Okay.
write it. So it's a
Okay.
negative determination type 3, and I
Type
should have
3.
actually made my suggestion in that format.
Okay, that's fine. Do we have something explaining to us which type is for what?
Yeah, so negative determination 3 says that this work occurs within area subject to protection of the act, but does not require the filing of a notice of intent, but
Okay.
does require a potential special condition such as the erosion and siltation control upon purview of the agent and a commissioner.
Okay.
So basically just like that.
And
Okay.
we'll have them send out a list of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 so that,
Yeah, so we have them in front of
Yeah.
us for the meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yep.
All right, so the motion is for the negative determination of 20 Running River Road, type 3.
Second.
all right, here in a second, any further discussion? Harry, keep us posted. Hearing none further, Chair will take a vote, please. All right, Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco.
Aye.
All right, negative determination issued. Thank you. All right, we'll keep moving right along, going into conservation business. Notice of intent off Fruit Street, map 83, lot 84, Sylvan Engineering. So we all are familiar with this. We have been out there multiple times. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion. I realize this is an ACEC area, but looked at it very, very strong and hard. This project meets all the project standards. I cannot find anything else like it. It definitely falls within the rules and regulations of both the state and local bylaws. So at this time, Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Now this is a motion for an approval on the NOI for Fruit Street, map 83, 84, lot 84.
So you're gonna be, motioning to issue an order of conditions.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys thought of any special conditions that, you've been thinking about over the last time you've had to think about this. I don't see the reason for there being any special
Yeah.
conditions. So my
agree.
suggestion stands.
Yep, I agree.
A just standard order of conditions. I understand there's concerns about the size of the building. There's a lot of concerns, and yes, it is an ACEC, but the one thing I can tell you is we will be paying attention to this property because obviously we'll have eyes on it. And we will make sure that the operation and maintenance plans are followed in accordance with the orders of conditions. And that's what we can do.
Right.
All right,
Well,
so,
I made the motion, so.
all right, so,
Before I second it, I want to just explain that we can amend the order of conditions later on if we see problems. That is legal to do. So I will second.
yes,
We can ask. That's an ask. We can ask if we see things that aren't going a particular way and we need to remedy them, then sure, yes, we can ask them to amend the order of conditions. But when you issue an order, we're just gonna ensure that, and Claremont's been very good with the Conservation Commission over time. In their proceedings, they've followed their orders of conditions to a T. And I have faith that they're gonna do the same on this one. So.
all right, here in a second.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
Mm-mm.
As always, we'll keep an eye out. Okay, roll call vote, please. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco.
Aye.
All right, order of conditions is issued. All right, moving on. Next, we have a request for certificate of compliance, 23 Red Mill Road. Steve,
Yes,
you think
so,
you've been out on this?
yeah, there's a couple of these tonight. These are both, in particular, the 23 Red Mill Road. There was some question as to if the road was included in this. I think it was more alluding to the driveway, but I don't know if any of you are familiar with this property.
I am.
Setback off the roadway. There's a wetland back there. So the order of conditions is roughly 20 years old, and I'm going to suggest issuing that certificate of compliance because the site's stable. Essentially, this is needed for a real estate transaction.
Okay. I have no questions on this. Any of the members have any questions?
Nope.
No.
All right. At this time, then, Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 23 Red Mill Road.
Second.
Here in a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. That's order of conditions on 23 Red Mill Road. Next is the certificate of compliance. Next is the request for certificate of compliance on 5 Beverly Circle. Steve, again, please.
Yeah, this one was very similar to the last one. Single family home and the associated soil absorption system and septic. As you can see, site looks pretty stable. I went out there, everything's according to the very old order of conditions, nothing out of the, nothing in the enforcement realm, no violations. So therefore, again, I suggest that the commission issues a certificate of compliance.
Okay, I have no questions on it. Any of the members have any questions?
No,
Nope.
Okay,
good.
hearing no questions, roll call vote then. Oh, I'm sorry.
Make a mo-
Yeah, make a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 5 Beverly Circle.
second.
Here in a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, now the roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey.
Aye.
Eileen Prisco.
Aye.
All right. Moving right along. Okay, there's just a memo that there is 2 meetings left in 2020.
Right.
All right.
I'm,
woo.
I'm not at this point with, we see tonight, there's very few items. I'm not anticipating the need for any special meetings, but hopefully we can get through with 2 meetings and
Nice.
through the holidays and beyond.
Start another whole year.
Right.
Maybe we get
Okay.
back in person soon. All right.
I have something to say on that. That is the night of my Taunton River Stewardship Council meeting. I have no control. I asked them if we could change the date, but there are a lot of people that have to change it. And then I haven't gotten any word when our next meeting is, but it's scheduled for November 12th.
All right. Thank you.
Usually the
Yeah.
second Thursday in the month, and we try to do it every other month, but sometimes it doesn't work if we have grants to give out.
Okay. All right, Harry, thank you for bringing that to our attention. So guys, with only 2 meetings left in 2020, I do find it important that we have those. So at this time,
Right.
Steve, Jasmine, can we have enough time to reschedule a meeting for the next one?
Absolutely.
All right.
As soon as I find out, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
Harry.
Yeah, I mean, and that was kind of the exact scenario I was thinking we may need to do a special meeting, but that's fine.
Okay.
What about instead of doing the 12th?
I
do
don't
the
know when the
7th?
meeting's gonna be.
Oh, you don't know
Yeah,
yet?
he'll-
Okay, yeah. All right, whatever.
So,
All right.
we'll work it. Okay, and then Harry, while you're up now, I'm gonna also, Harry has a concern of some vista pruning at the NIP that he wanted to follow up on. So Harry,
A while back, I was riding by and the same company that did the Vista pruning was out there working. They didn't have anybody else with them. I had to get somewhere and it's been a while, but we gave them permission to Vista prune. We didn't give them permission to go out there every year and do it. They're working in a resource area. So I would like a letter sent to them stating that.
We have to make sure that they weren't in fact given the right to do that every year. Because vista pruning under most models typically is an annual activity.
Well, I voted no on it if you check the records, because I know that that was gonna happen.
so I know without looking at that order of condition, Harry, we'd have to have Jasmine pull it.
Mhm.
I do believe that they were supposed to notify us each time,
Yeah,
like there
that's
was a set
supposed to
schedule.
notify us.
So we can have Jasmine and Steve take a look into that.
Yeah, and we'll look into that because it was right around this time of year last year when we got the call. I got my first call on that enforcement right around Thanksgiving, I believe.
Okay.
Or it ended up being a valid order of conditions. So, and I do remember reading something in there about regular activity being allowed. I'll have to look at.
But we still have to be notified. I know that was in there.
Yeah, no, as far as I'm concerned, I know I wasn't notified. I can't say the same for if Jasmine has a message, but I highly doubt it because they're checked every day. So,
No, I have not been
was it Ed
notified.
Brennan was on the call too.
Yeah, I don't know where he hopped off.
He must have hopped off right after Fruit Street finished. So, yeah, we'll look into it. We'll have to investigate the order and look at the language and see what exactly is allowable and what the conditions are to make that allowable.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then the only thing else that I had was the East Street concern. So right around 500 East Street across the street, right near Tony, what's the name? It's Terry Ann Lane, Tommy Ann Lane. There's activity going on now. I can't remember if they came to us a while back, but there's definitely, I was out there today with Harry, there's definitely a stream out there. There's work going on. So I know that I sent some pictures to Steve. We will take a look at that further on Monday, but it's definite work that should come to the commission. So I know that we need to
Yeah,
take
we're
a
gonna have
look
to
at that.
track down and see exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I saw the pictures and they're pretty clear. It's a relatively wet area with a pipe in it, and
And a black pipe next to it with the.
yeah,
wa-
and someone made the attempt to do some sort of erosion control with some silt fence and hay bale line.
Definite stream. It's a free flowing perennial stream. That's what
Is
got
it
my
perennial
attention.
or is it intermittent?
I remember, Harry, you know that area better. I was out there.
Is it a drainage easement?
No, I
I'll-
see, this
I'll
is what we're
look
gonna have to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, these are the questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
before we-
I mean,
before
last
we
time I was
start.
out there was years and years ago, and this was the stream was. So
Still
we
a
definitely have to
wetland
take a
area.
look at it, is what I'm saying, like,
Yeah, I mean, it could be groundwater discharge. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things it could be.
Yeah.
But we gotta figure it out.
I would find it funny they wouldn't come to us, so we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, again, we don't have enough information to really definitively say anything right now. So
No, so I just wanted to
see.
bring it to the attention.
Yep.
Eileen will also take a look, and as we talked about, Steve, we'll meet up sometime Monday and we'll take a look.
Yep.
Yeah,
sure will.
okay, I have nothing further. Any members have anything for?
I thought that the Mike came in about something to do with some part of that road in the spring, and he wanted our opinion about something on that project.
That's what I vaguely remember, and
And
so,
yeah,
I don't know.
Jasmine, do you think
But
you
in a
can,
I
plan-
have, right now, I have an order of conditions to Mike Koska for East Street, map 54, lot 39, which 500 East Street is map 54, Marilyn. You said that was the closest property.
yeah?
Yeah, that's what we saw with the closest
It's-
property.
It says though, this is for the subdivision for, the subdivision plan for East Street is what it
Yeah.
says.
That's it. There's a subdivision going in there.
Okay, I can pull that file on Monday then. All
Oh,
I have on the
perfect.
computer is the order.
Yep,
I could send you guys the order if you want to look at it
yeah,
right away.
please send
Yeah,
that.
because I can't see why we wouldn't have been out there. So again, there's so many things that come before us. I vaguely remember
Yeah.
that.
That's interesting though. If it's a subdivision,
It is, yeah,
then there are slightly different performance standards
right.
depending
Yeah.
on the amount of land disturbance, so.
Yeah, I
Something
don't
we'll
have
have to
any
clarify.
plans in the
Yeah,
computer.
we'll
but-
clarify.
Yeah,
That's all.
send that
Wonder-
to us, please, and
Yeah.
we can look it over.
Awesome.
Sounds good. I'm sending it right now so I don't forget.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. All right. And anybody else have anything further for the conservation business?
All set.
All set.
Then you know what motion this chair will
I
entertain.
know this one. I missed it last time. Motion to adjourn.
Second,
All in favor, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey?
I think I.
Eileen Prisco, what do you think?
Aye.
All right. Everybody have a great evening.
Nice.
All
Yep.
right.
So, guys,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.